You're on time. You're here. Let's see. Okay, now it's working. Some technical difficulties, you know, I have them all the time, but I don't have a crew to handle it for me. I'm a one-man show. So I just handled it. Things are good now. And I think we're on the road, but Dowlo, you are here on time, plenty of time. Hello, Tommy. Hello, everybody. Sawadee Cup, Sawadee Tonjao, Sabadi my cup. I should start speaking a little more Thai, you guys. Today is the opening of Don Don. What is it? Don Don Key. So there's all kinds of people over on that little area just away from me, which, you know, whatever. I don't really care about it. I mean, you know, it's great there's another shop open, but this is a macchiato made by the guys, and I like the girls that make it. I don't know if they're using a different coffee. They're using a different coffee or what. As far as I know, right now here in Thailand, it's the morning. Now, let me just get started. A Thai baht 35.31 to the dollar, so it's up. It's a little, the dollar is a little stronger than in the last couple of days, but we'll see how that goes. It's 81 degrees out. Very, very nice. High of 90, low of 75, and the feel-like temperature is 86. Humidity is only 70%, and the air quality is 76. So let me fix this here. So, that's the environment right now. Today's shout-outs. I'm going to read these shout-outs today because I have a list. Thank you to Andy King, Dowlo, Mr. Dowlo, Bjorn Walker, Carnivore Chronicles, Fidelity, Propellerhead, Chris Mock, John Charles Akana, Andy Travels, Tom O'Connell, CJ Digital Life, Vixter, Bijan. I haven't seen Bijan in a while. Mr. Mitch, Tokyo Sam, Carlos Colucci. Good morning, Mr. Carlos. David Alexander, Stephen K, Fire Dude, John from where I don't know. Suwon Patia Bob. Always, he's everywhere. The omniscient, omniscient. Patia Bob, Mr. Allen 137, Tim Mays, Mindy Corcoran, Lee, Tony 7682, Henry MacGyver, LH, and we can't forget Mr. Jim Girardi. So, thank you to everyone. I appreciate it. Do me a favor. If you like this stream, you like the videos. If you like the videos and you like the stream, you like this stream, smash the like button, subscribe, join, hit the super chat, super thanks. Check the description down below. There's all kinds of ways that you can help. There's Patreon, there's the Cash App, there's Buy Me a Coffee. There's many, many ways. Or you can just watch. That's fine. You can join in the conversation. I'd appreciate that. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about Kratom. And although it's kind of like with the weed. It's kind of like with the weed. Up until, I'd say, probably the last year or two, I'd never heard of anybody going to the hospital for weed or anything like that. Because it just doesn't happen. In my world, it never, ever happened. Now, apparently now, with it being stronger and there's, different things going on, it is happening. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. One more thing, if you're interested in visiting or moving to Thailand and you need some help, whether regarding your stay in Thailand, obtaining your visa, problems with a possible loved one, whether it's male or female, doesn't really matter, or in between, or you just want to get some answers, you want to clarify a few things, then I can help. I've been here for 29 years, 29 long years, long years. I've been here for a long time, and I've done just about everything. I haven't bought a house yet, but we've been looking into this for a long time, so we will do that eventually. As long as I stay alive. But I've done just about everything here. I got 2 grown kids. And so the point is, you can get in touch with me if you want. If you need some help, let me know, and I can help. So, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this. I'm just going to say it because I really don't care. They haven't demonetized the other videos when I was talking about it. And I'm hoping they won't demonetize this, but if they do, oh well. That's what I'm going to say. So, we're not going to call it Special K or whatever. It is, I like to call it that. It is special. It starts with a K, so Special K. But this Kratom. Now, I'm going to just say it again. For those of you who don't know what Kratom is, Kratom, I think in America they say Kratom or whatever. I don't even remember now, but I just know here what they say. And it's very easy to get. Just on my way over here, there's 3-4 places. You go down the street, there's at least 3 or 4 places, maybe 5 or 6. They're everywhere. And they're starting to pop up more and more, kind of like with the weed. There's more and more places you can get it. Now, I've always been of the opinion, just like with the weed, that people don't generally go to the hospital for this. However, I was sent something. It was basically the same day or the day after I did the last live stream. Sent to be my Mr. 2/4 Korean, soon to be half Thai, or he'll be an expat. We'll just say that. Well, what's today? Today's the 24th, so he's leaving in 3 days to come over here and be a full-time expat. See how it works. And what I would say, surely if it wasn't good for you, they wouldn't be allowed to sell it. Listen, the way I look at it is they don't really care if it's good for you, bad for you. They don't care about all that. All they care about is it generating revenue. What is it doing to our society? And they know that people use it down in the South, especially down in the South, the Muslims and people who just live in the South. They know they've been using it. They know they cannot possibly go to every single farm and find out where the trees are being grown and tell people they can't grow it, fine them, throw them in jail. They can't do it. So they looked at it. There have been tests done. And generally the people down in the South, especially the older people, as I said the other day, they carry around, I've seen people, one person very close to the family, he's the one who gave me the leaves. Now he showed us, afterwards he showed us the trees on our land. But he carried a satchel around, and in that satchel is a bag of leaves, because he's constantly chewing the leaves. Now, I say constantly. Anytime he's going out to work the fields, he's chewing the leaves. Once in a while, I saw him pop a leaf or two into his mouth. How are you going to stop that? You're not. You're not going to stop it. They can't stop it. I think they know that. So that's one reason, is they know they can't stop this. They know they cannot possibly stop all the people from using it. Now, how bad is it? Well, if you got 1 million people in a country using it, and you have no people going to the hospital, you have very few people going to the hospital, and I mean 20. Well, why would you make it illegal? Hello, Mr. Andy. How you doing? How's everybody doing here? I just refuse today to go out. I just don't. Today's a Friday, right? Today's a Friday. Let me just tell you something. On Fridays, when you go out on a Friday, it's gonna be busy. It was very, very busy. It's very busy anytime you go out, early in the morning. But if you're gonna go out, let's say you're gonna go out on a Friday today, it's gonna be very busy. Then when I'm coming back, it's gonna be very busy. It's always going to be busy. I can't even read. I don't have my glasses on. I'm gonna assume that this is Gennaro. That's all I know you by, Gennaro. All right, I'll call you Mr. Gennaro. I gave the shout out. The shout out was to the members, and you were included there. Uchai Law. I don't want to get started with you, Gennaro. I want to be nice. You've been here for a long time. I need to be nice to you. I remembered that after I was talking to you the other day. You're like the bad kitty that we have. Most of the time I like them, and every once in a while I'm like, I just shake my head. Like when I'm going to sleep, this happened yesterday. I'm trying to go to sleep, and the cat is running around, and you hear the noise. And I'm thinking to myself, I wish this cat would stop. But he won't stop. And of course my wife is, oh, leave him be. He's okay. He's gonna be fine. And I'm like, no, I want that cat to shut up. So we put him in another room. We close the door. Somehow the little thing gets out again. He gets out again. But he doesn't make any noise. All right, go nuts, guys. Go nuts. Go nuts. They're doing well, I guess they already did it. They're recording like some little commercial or some little thing here. And then they've got all their little, these people here, I believe, are at least 3 or 4 of them are the people who, they're still recording. I don't know exactly what I can't see what they're doing. Anyway, they got like a little commercial or something they're doing, a little promo or whatever it is. So there's a lot of people here. We had a possum on the roof, very annoying. Yeah. I mean, possums, raccoons, rats, all these kind of things. They just bug me. And cats, they bug me. But anyway, let me get back to the subject here, which is Kratom. Now, I didn't think it was a problem. And in fact, I was thinking, why was this ever illegal? What are they doing? They'll make a plant illegal. It's not ruining the country. It's not ruining people's lives. I don't ever see that. This is not like chat, which is over there in Africa. This is not the same thing. It's not like people are, that's all they do is spend all their money on it. That's not what people are doing here. It's dirt cheap. You can get enough to last you for, a week or two for maybe $100. Yeah, what is Tex? Tex is in the countdown now? I don't understand you. This is what I mean. Stick with the subject. What is Tex? Texas? Yes. 2/4 Korean, soon to be full-time expat, is in the street. Anyway, I digress. I don't understand. Now we have, the last time that I went to Surat, it's funny, I could go to Surat tomorrow because my wife has some things she needs to take care of down there with the family. Some of the things that are happening are, it's like they have a lot of bad luck. And so I thought about going, I was gonna go, but the price of the air, we were gonna fly instead of taking a train. It takes too long to take the train. We're just gonna fly. And I could still go there, maybe I will, I don't know. It depends on the price of the ticket. I don't wanna pay 4,000 baht for an airline ticket, go there for 2 nights and then turn around and come back. It's just, my wife is gonna be very busy. I'm not gonna have that much fun. So I'm like, why am I gonna go? So I could go down to Surat, but the last time I went there, our land is just full of fruit and veg and, but we have a couple of trees there. Now apparently they used to steal from the trees. They don't steal anymore. In fact, Steve, another guy who lives down in the south, I think he lives in Hat Yai or Songkla, he said, yeah, all the meth heads. Now I never see any of these people. I don't know why. If they're using that stuff, it's not around me. I never see those kind of people. Yeah, they're filming something right now. G'day, mate. But, I'm like, hey, why don't you grow like 4 or 5 trees, then you got plenty of the stuff. Well, they already got plenty. Now, the problems that I see are when people start using it in conjunction with other products. They're using it with cough syrup that has codeine. Now, and this came right from, where is it here? This came right from 2/4 Korean. Kratom influenced gang killed students. Now, killed a student. The first thing I'm going to say is just because that they used Kratom, or they said they used, this person said they used Kratom, does not mean that didn't have a causal effect. They have a picture of dried Kratom leaves, which a 22-year-old man has allegedly told police he shot dead a teenage technical college student on Ranong 2 Road in Dusik district on Monday morning because he stabbed one of his gang members. Okay, again, that does not make Kratom the cause of his actions. So let's just get that clear right now. It just happened to be in the news the day after I did the video, or the day of the video. He also allegedly said they had consumed Kratom-laced drinks before attacking the 16-year-old. Let me just tell you one thing. Because, like I said, I have used this drink before. I have engaged, I have participated, I have imbibed. Not all the time. I wanted to see what it was like. I've eaten the leaves. 2 or 3 times. I've made my own tea a couple of times. And I've got the tea from people. And I've also made or I've got the tea from people, and then I've got the tea that has something in it, which is apparently cough syrup, and I guess it has codeine in it. I've tried all these. What is this? There's a lot of stuff going to tempt you in Thailand, culture and food being two of them. So, now here's the thing. Like I said already, the two suspects allegedly told police there were 4 of them and they had consumed Kratom drinks before picking on the students. The victim was on his way to school riding pillion on a friend's motorbike. They approached him on their motorcycles. Apparently he was shot. And that's it. Now, that might give you the feeling that Kratom had something to do with it. To me, what I would say is, whether they were high on Kratom or not, they probably would have killed this guy anyway. They would have done it anyway. It wasn't, I'm going to drink some Kratom and then, hey, now I feel like I can do it. That's not what happens. Like I said, I've chewed a couple of the leaves, and it gives you a nice feeling. You're not really, yes it is. You don't feel like, oh, I'm so high now, man. You don't feel like that. It's like a little bit better. I would say if you chew 2 or 3 leaves, it's like a little bit better than having like 2 cups of coffee. You feel good. Okay. It's a pick-me-up when it's used in low doses. When it's used in high doses, it's like more like an opiate. So if you're high on an opiate, you generally do not want to go and kill people. So they weren't using a large dose. And what I'm going to say, if you are drinking it, what are you going to do? You're not going to guzzle a big bottle of this stuff. You know, I mean, I showed that little bottle I had the other day for research purposes, and for the video, I used that little bottle. It's like a water bottle. Now, if you guzzled that whole water bottle, it's not going to make you think, I'm ready to go now. I want to go and do something. I'm going to get violent, or I'm gonna, you know, go out and, like, you know, go after some girl, or you're not going to do that. It doesn't have that effect. I don't care if it's me, anybody else. It doesn't, because actually I've given this to a couple of my friends. They just said to me, oh yeah, it's pretty good. That was all he said. I gave him like 1 glass. They're like, it's pretty good. Oh, I don't know. An 8-ounce, that's an 8-ounce cup is, I mean, you know, you get like 30 leaves of tea, and it'll make you like, you know, a couple of bottles of the stuff. And that's only about 20 baht. When you mix everything, if you're going to mix something in, you generally, when you're making it, you're going to mix something in to make it sweeter. It's very bitter. However, they use soda, like Coca-Cola, or they use, sometimes, I don't see this very often, but they might use honey, they might use some other kind, like an orange Fanta or something like that, just to make it taste a little bit better. So, you know, that's just something, and that's not going to do anything to it. But the tea itself, if you want to do it where you're making tea out of it. Now, they also grind up the leaves very, very fine into a fine powder, and they put it into capsules. People take capsules. Now, I have no experience with this. I've never seen it before. This is done in like America, and I think in Europe, where people take capsules. I don't know how that works, and all I've heard are some of the ridiculous prices, like in the United States, compared to what it costs here. But everybody that I've ever given it to, or let try it, because they just wanted to try it, they had like a nice sized glass, maybe like a 12 ounce glass of it, and after they were done with the glass, they were like, hey, yeah, I feel good. But it wasn't like they were like, oh my God, I'm out of my head. They weren't like that. So that's one thing. So the causal effect is not there, in my opinion. The fact that they happen to have drank it before they went on their little spree doesn't really mean much. It doesn't mean much at all, to be honest. They just happen to do it. Cold. So that's that. All right. Now I'm going to get to a couple other ones. Some other cases that I found here, and I don't understand it. Maybe it's people have some medical conditions or some issues. I don't really know, but there are, let's see here, 1, 2, I think I have 3 or 4 other cases. Yeah. Okay, here's one. Dad collapses. Dad collapsed at dinner table before dying. Family's lawsuit blames supplement Kratom. Now, I don't know if he took the leaves or whatever, but this guy, it says here, father sat down and had his last meal with his wife and son after mixing a supplement sold in stores, Kratom, into his orange juice. I'm going to say if he put it in orange juice, it didn't taste very good. It doesn't seem like it's going to taste very good to me. While at the dinner table, Peter McPherson began shaking before collapsing and becoming unconscious in Georgia in November 19, 2020. Attorneys representing his family at MCT Law said his wife and son tried performing CPR on him before he was taken to a nearby hospital in Chatsworth, a city about 85 miles north of Atlanta, and was pronounced dead. Acute mitragynine toxicity, which is Kratom toxicity. Now the family is suing the manufacturers, distributors, and sellers of the specific Kratom product McPherson took before he died, Expert Kratom powder, and says they are to blame. Peter and I dreamed of growing old together and playing with our grandchildren, his widow Cassandra McPherson told McClatchy News in a statement on December 12th. Those dreams are replaced by sadness and emptiness. I only hope others won't have to go through what we had to go through because of Kratom. Let's see here. Expert Botanicals did not give a response. It's often sold in America as a dietary and herbal supplement and is becoming increasingly popular in the U.S. and was responsible for the deaths of 91 people from July 2016 to December 2017. According to a report published by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in 2019. I don't buy that. I don't believe it. Now, they get this powder, sometimes they put it in capsules or whatever. And it says here, Mitragina speciosa, or Kratom, is a plant native to Southeast Asia that is not approved for any use by the Food and Drug Administration. Well, that's probably because they haven't come up with enough money. That's what I would say. The FDA says it can expose those who consume it to risk of addiction, abuse, and dependence, and warns against using it after receiving concerning reports. In smaller doses, Kratom produces stimulant effects. If it's taken in higher doses, it can produce opiate-like effects. The Kratom industry has become so profitable, they are following the lead of big tobacco, hiring lobbyists who are working to keep the Kratom market open for business. Consumers need to be warned that Kratom is not safe and they have never been approved for human consumption. Okay. It's required to have a label declaring information, including any precautionary statements. It says here that this particular product, Expert Kratom, lacked safety warnings about its potential risk of abuse, dependence, addiction, overdose, and death. Now, I understand that you know, generally tobacco, whatever it is, there are some warnings on the packaging. So they should have had it on there. However, and I'm sorry, but I mean, most people are not that stupid where they don't understand. You know, they understand. If I take too much of anything, something's gonna happen to me. If you drink too much water, you can die. I mean, you know, it's ridiculous. Additionally, it was marked as safe and effective alternative to prescription anxiety or pain medication. They use it to wean people off of opiates and also to use it as a pain reliever. If McPherson was properly warned about the potential safety risk, he would not have consumed the toxic levels of mitragine that ultimately killed him, according to the company. I don't understand how you put in enough powder into a glass of orange juice, even if it's a big glass of orange juice. How do you put enough in there that it's going to kill you? I mean, yeah, it can happen. I'm not saying that, you know, it can. I'm not saying that's not what this is. But I would think that you would be smart enough to, you know, not get crazy with it. The lawsuit accuses the defendants of not abiding by Georgia law and selling and marketing Kratom products in negligence. It demands a trial by jury. He was an only child, and it has affected his parents tremendously. His granddaughter, Evelyn, will never get to know her grandfather. Okay. They're really trying to tug on the heartstrings here. What I would say is maybe this guy had some kind of an issue before he took this powder. Okay? To me, it just sounds like, it sounds fishy. There are different varieties. There are the red-veined leaves, the white-veined leaves, and the green leaves. The green-veined leaves. And I think, what was it before? Some people say the green veins are the strongest. Is the green or the white? Some say the red is strongest. I don't know what I was drinking when I did this stuff. I know what I was buying when I was buying the leaves. And I think I usually bought the red leaves, the red-veined leaves. The couple of times that I bought this stuff and made the tea, and what I did was I put the tea leaves in a big thermos, okay, and I put maybe 15, 20 leaves in a big thermos, put really hot water in it, and just let them sit. And then I would put some kind of a sweetener in it. Boom, there's your tea. Take out the leaves, you know, squeeze the leaves out, there's your tea. And from what I read, I was not maximizing the effects of the drug, but I didn't really care. I just wanted to see, hey, if I do it this way, what's going to happen? In 2014, it was banned for import here in the United States, illegal in 6 states. Okay, well, too many Thai investigations seem to be concluded with 24 hours, and that is not normal. I don't know what that has to do with this. They dreamed of growing old together, enjoying, all right, whatever. Possible drug interaction, he could have been on medication. I'm interested in condom laced with Kratom as a stimulant. You really need a stimulant like that? You're a young man. You shouldn't need that. You shouldn't need any kind of stimulant. You're not that old. It's really funny, you know. I've seen a lot of places opening up in the last couple of weeks. Here in the mall. Oh God. It's not even 10 o'clock. They're not even open technically. This is for the opening of Don Key. What they're doing, what they're saying. I can't even understand the guy. All right, now, here's another one. Dad found dead in living room after using Kratom, lawsuit says. Jury awards family $2.5 million. Washington family was awarded $2.5 million in connection with a man's Kratom-related death. Okay, here's another one, and this is from MCT, according to MCT law. So these are the ones they're going after, these Kratom sellers. Now let me just see here. Patrick Coyne and his wife had planned on picking up a motorcycle helmet in Portland, Oregon, as a Father's Day gift from his family the day he was found unresponsive in his living room, according to a wrongful death suit. Is Oregon the place where drugs are decriminalized, or all drugs are decriminalized? The 39-year-old father of three sat in his recliner to watch TV at his Castle Rock, Washington home the night before they were to leave. The next morning, Sybil Coyne discovered him still in the chair and thought he was sleeping before realizing he wasn't breathing. First responders' attempts to revive Patrick Coyne proved unsuccessful on June 28, 2020, when he was pronounced dead. Dead. His official cause of death was toxic effects of mitragine. Now a Cowlitz County jury has awarded Sybil Coyne and her family $2.5 million in damages after she filed a wrongful death suit in December 2020 over her husband's death. 12 jury members found defendant Society Botanicals, which sold the product Coyne used and does business as Kratom Divine, and company owner Wendy Rook liable in connection, according to MCT law. That's the first jury verdict in a civil claim for damages against a Kratom manufacturer or distributor in the United States. Let's see here. They had been selling the product with no adverse reactions reported other than a couple people vomiting. Well, that's not good. She denied that Kratom usage played a role in his death. My family is grateful that the jury has seen the dangers of Kratom and that it does kill, Sybil Coyne said in a statement. And then, of course, they show her, both of them kissing each other lovingly, and then they have a picture down below with all the kids in it. And then you can see the same picture. What they did was they zoomed in on it to get the picture of them kissing, but they're in the back kissing. Okay, here's this. Kratom is sold in U.S. stores and online, according to the Food and Drug Administration, and about 1.7 million Americans 12 years and older reported to be Kratom users in 2021. Now, what is there, about 360 million people in America? The plant, it's not a plant, it comes from a tree, isn't approved as a prescription or over-the-counter drug and isn't appropriate for use in dietary conventional supplement. It's not meant to be a dietary supplement. While the FDA warns against consuming Kratom over potential safety concerns and addiction risk, the agency supports further research to better understand the substance and its components. It can be consumed by chewing the leaves, ingesting the leaves in powder form, drinking a Kratom-infused beverage, and more. It's used for pain relief, fatigue, and to help curb drug withdrawal symptoms. All right. You see, now the other thing that I was going to say is these are all in America. I don't know how they're selling it. I don't know, what they're doing with it. I have no idea. But I would say it's funny that you don't hear of any of these things in Australia, the UK, in other parts of I mean, in Thailand, you don't hear this. People die from all kinds of dietary supplements. You should consult your expensive doctor before taking anything new, especially if you're elderly or on medication. Wondering if those little blue pills sold at market stalls work. Asking for a friend. You don't need to go to a market stall, Gallo. If you go to a market stall, chances are that they're freaking fakes. You listen. This is the other thing. Okay? There's a lot of drugs here that you can use that you can't without a prescription in America. There are some in America that they don't really sell here. They don't have oxycodone, Vicodin. They don't have that stuff here. They use alternatives to that. And I know that because I've been in the hospital on pain medication several times, 10 times. And even the fentanyl, I can see why people OD on fentanyl. Because it's only good for about 10 minutes. And then you're like, the pain's coming back. So that means, I better do a little more. No, you're not supposed to do more, because what happens is it's still in your system. You may not feel that it's stifling the pain. However, so if you continue to use it, you're just putting more and more of it in your system, and most people's systems can't handle it because it's very, very strong. But they gave me morphine. They've given me Tylenol with codeine, which they don't do that very often. But the morphine, I've had morphine drips where I was just laying there and I just pushed a button and it gave me a shot of morphine. Yeah, I understand that this is banned, but I think they're banning, honestly, I think they ban this because they don't know about it, they don't understand it, so they just go, it's a drug. Sorry, it's banned. They don't even want to look into it, they don't want to research it, they don't want to put any effort into finding out what this drug is for and what it's good for. And what it is good for is for people who, they're heroin addicts or whatever they are, an addict like that. They need to get off of it, so, they have a little bit of the Kratom. And it's good for, like I said, for people who they want to go out into the fields and work. They start getting tired, and they just chew a couple of leaves. Next thing you know, boom, they're back in business. But and the other thing is, it's like Coke. It's like the coca plant. If you go to Peru or you go to Colombia or wherever it's coming from, the people who are chewing the leaves, they don't generally overdose. The same thing with Kratom users. They don't generally overdose. I've never heard of anyone overdosing from chewing leaves. So it's not going to happen. Good morning, Fire Dude. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's not going to happen. You can't chew that many leaves. It's very difficult. It's like, you're going to smoke enough weed to make you overdose. Now, you might get sick. I would agree with that because it's strong weed. I don't know. Maybe when I used to smoke weed, it was fun because, first of all, you weren't supposed to do it. I don't know why. Well, this is the thing. Why would you let a kid smoke weed? Why would you let him use Kratom? Why would you let him use any kind of drug? Well, that's the other thing. So, you need to know where your drugs are coming from. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. Now, I've drank it just straight, with nothing else in it. No sweetener, no nothing. And you know, it gives you a little bit of a buzz, or maybe it does nothing to you. It depends. It depends on how it's made. It depends on, you know, do they put anything else in it? Is it sweetened? How strong is it? How strong are the leaves? Some of the leaves are, I think it's the white version. Let me see here. Where's my Chat GPT when I need it? Here we are. Let's see. All right, there's the red vein, generally considered to be the most relaxing and sedating for pain relief and stress reduction. Green vein falls between red and white strains in terms of effect, may provide a balance of energy and relaxation, often used for mild pain relief, increased focus, and mood enhancement. White vein, typically considered to be more energizing and stimulating, often used for increased focus, alertness, and productivity, may be less effective for pain relief compared to red strains. I always thought that the white was the least strong of all the versions. So, you know, when you're buying the leaves, most people who buy it, they already know. They don't just go, oh, you know, I mean, at first maybe you're going to go, oh, just give me whatever you got. But, you know, if you're going to buy it, you're going to chew it. You're somebody like down in the South. You know what your tree is producing. You learn. Yeah, well, it was a kid brew with cough syrup. Well, depends on what the cough syrup has in it. It has codeine in it or not. I can't see you drinking 2 pints. That 2 pints is, it's enough, but you're not going to get like smashed or anything like that. It's where, well, I can't see this because of, you know, this freaking thing here is irritating. This little icon thing. Let me see here. It's everywhere. Leah, too expensive. I don't understand what that, L-E-O-D, what is that? For a lot, so they do Kratom and stuff. I was too. I did the whole Ibogaine and DMT experience with shrooms. Okay, well, that's neither here nor there. Well, that's another thing. Leo, oh, okay. Oh, my Leo is too expensive, so I'll just do Kratom. My God, that's really getting down and dirty. I mean, I understand there are poor people, but if you can't afford a bottle of Leo, and so you would like to have some Kratom instead, you can buy bottles of Kratom for 35 to 50 baht. And you buy it with the cough syrup, and I think it goes up 30 or 40 baht, depending on where you get it from. But, you know, what's a bottle of Leo? You know, it's I don't know, you know, whatever. People are poor sometimes, and they need to have their fix, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. All right, let me see something here. What is this? Is this, what is this? Not tell me anything, this one? What's the deal? No, we don't want to look at this. Kratom detected in more overdose deaths in Davidson County this year. This is this month that this article came out. Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee. A drug you can find at a gas station in Tennessee has been detected in more overdose deaths this year compared to last year, and the fact that it's so easy to access has some recovery physicians growing concern. Kratom is then they got to explain it all. Kratom is a tropical tree native to Southeast Asia, blah, 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 blah. I was suffering from addiction at the time. One of the miraculous things about this plant, it's not a plant, is it immediately halts any withdrawal symptoms. It has an incredible potential for having a major effect on, if not solving, the opioid epidemic. Kratom was detected in 3.6% of overdose deaths in Davidson County so far this year, according to the Metro Public Health Department, compared to 2.6 this time last year. Okay, it doesn't say anything. They say it's overdose death, but this is not saying that caused the overdose. They might have had it in there, and they might have, for all you know, they might have been doing heroin. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person died from Kratom. Thank you very much. It's implicated like 2.6 overdose deaths, so it's not like Kratom has a huge possibility for causing overdose. Thank you. It can be problematic in other ways, including potentially causing someone in recovery to fall back into their addiction. I don't know about that. Also, there's a very low perception of risk. And for people who are trying to recover from an opioid use disorder, it seems like a benign substance for use to help with some of the discomfort and craving, and it drives people back into active living. All right, now this is a bunch of BS. The people who are making sincere efforts to recover are derailed by this apparently innocuous drug you can buy legally at a gas station. And that's just rubbish. It's rubbish. That's just complete garbage. Oh, I'm trying to recover from my drug addiction, but because I use Kratom and to wean myself off of these, then that means I'm going to become I don't understand where they're coming up with this stuff. Nonsense, okay? To me, it's just nonsense. Wondering how many people die from alcohol every day. Yeah, well, not many. If you listen to what they're saying, you'd think, oh, nobody dies from it ever. A cell phone was detected on every death. It's the phones. Yeah, that's what I mean. So, again, what I'll say is, if you're going to use this stuff, you got to just be careful. If you have some health issue, like a bad heart, like extreme hypertension or something like that, then you might not want to use it. I don't understand why people feel the need to get involved with these kind of things. Now, I'm older. I really don't want to get involved with any of this stuff. But I see some of this and I just kind of wonder. More deaths have been associated with Kratom than previously known, the CDC study says. This is from 4 years ago. A new study from the CDC found that Kratom was a cause of death in nearly 100 people over a 17-month period, a higher number than previously reported. And I'm going to say there's an objective. There's a reason why they're saying this. The CDC analyzed, so in other words, they might not be on the up and up. Analyzed more than 27,000 unintentional drug overdoses across 32 states and Washington, D.C. The study said 152 of those people were found to have Kratom in their system, and the drug was a cause of death for 91. They just said it was a cause of death in nearly 100 people over a 17-week. Okay. 91 is not nearly 100. 98 is nearly 100. Earlier this year, the Food and Drug Administration said that 44 deaths had been associated with the drug. About 80% of the people in the CDC study who had Kratom in their system had a history of substance misuse. The other substances most commonly found were fentanyl, heroin, benzodiazepines, prescription opioids, and cocaine. The number of people whose deaths were associated with Kratom make up less than 1% of all overdose deaths. The reporter's authors say it's possible the numbers might be underestimated, although they can't say to what extent. All right, This kind of information is only coming from the United States. According to the American Kratom Association, nearly 5 million Americans consume Kratom safely every year. Okay, 5 million? And they're saying 91 people had overdoses. That percentage is pretty good. And I don't believe 91 people actually died from it. The Southeast Asian plant is sold in pills, capsules, and extracts. Some people brew the leaves as tea, while others chew or smoke it. No, most people chew it. Then they use it as tea, and then finally, some people use it in pill or capsule form. Health officials have urged caution. Oh, God. Pregnant woman drank Kratom tea while with child, then her newborn went into withdrawal. You know, I can never believe the media anymore. Honestly, I don't believe the media most of the time. Yeah, it was only the COVID that caused the deaths during the pandemic. And now, you know, they're ramping it up again, saying, oh, you better be careful. And now I'm looking around. You know what? If you look here, look at this. Now you look at all the ties. I only see 1, 2 with a mask on. The employees are not wearing masks. Mr. Tokyo Sam, how you doing? You are the best man to ever live, and also, well, yeah, come on. Best hot dad in Southeast Asia. Can you tell us the secret to being the best hot dad? Have plenty of sex. Thank you for smashing the like button. Now, what I'm going to say is, look at this. Look over. Now, okay, one girl walking by with a mask on, and then 3 more people walk by, they don't have a mask on. Now here comes 2 with masks on. So here in Southeast Asia, some people are wearing a mask because of the pollution. Some people are still, you know, maybe they're trying to be safe. And I don't have a problem with it. I want to be clear about that. They don't want to wear it, fine. They want to wear it, fine. Up to them. There is, who was it? Oh, the dentist. When we went to the dentist a couple of weeks ago, I said to the dentist, do you know I have never ever seen you without your mask on? I had never seen her face without her mask on. And she took the mask off and showed me. I was like, thank you. But I had never seen her because really during the pandemic is when she started working with us and working with my kids. Now they're opening up. I think the mall, I don't know if the mall is open. Yeah, she was cute. She's nice. You know, you can tell, you know, dentistry was her life. Very nice lady. I don't know if, no, I don't think the whole mall is open now. I've only seen you with your shirt on. Mind taking it off? Somehow I don't think that would work, or that sounds the same as, you know, your mask is covering up your face. So Don Key has all these little promotional things going on. You got all these Japanese guys coming in here. Yeah, lots of Japanese here opening up. You know, they want it done right, so they don't leave it to the Thai staff. I've seen about 4 or 5 Japanese so far today. And I'm gonna go into the little place. I'm gonna go in and check it out. But to me, it's like part drugstore, part DIY store, and part grocery store. Okay, we're at the 1 hour mark, so allow me to state once again, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the join button, become a member of this channel. Hit the buy me a coffee, Patreon, super chat, super thanks, Cash App, hit all that stuff. Look down in the description. You can go check out my website, which right now I've started working on again. You can get my books, or you can follow me on social media. Anyway, now Scott is like to the dentist. You know, I've never seen you in your underwear. Isn't that weird? No, I always see you in your underwear. Can you take it off? Then the next session she's in her underwear but still has her mask on. Well, what really gets me is people driving around on their motorbikes here. They don't have a helmet on, but they got their mask on. I don't understand it, you know. It doesn't matter. You know, at the end of the day, like I said, you know, I hate to say this, and I'm saying this facetiously, but my name is Chuck, and I don't give a flying you-know-what. I don't care about most stuff. Well, listen, to all you guys, Katya, Bob, Billy, all these people send me stuff from America. It doesn't, I don't even know what to say. If I want to vote, I can vote. I don't even know who's running. Besides Biden, I don't know. So why do I want to vote? I don't want to vote. And that'd be the first time I haven't voted since I was 17, 18 years old. I've always voted. But, now I'm like, I don't live there. I don't even know what anybody stands for, what's going on. Is Trump going to be president? Oh, well, they're trying him for this and trying him for that. I don't know who's going to, It's kind of like, thank you very much, Ratsky. Thank you. We're talking about Kratom, which is a tree that grows here in Thailand and Myanmar and Cambodia and Malaysia and Indonesia. And people use it everywhere. And generally, it's very simple. They have a couple of leaves, they wad up the leaves, they put it in, they chew it like a tobacco, they spit it out, rinse out their mouth, boom. It gives them some energy. But, some people want to take it and improve on it and make it stronger for them or take it differently. And for me, I don't understand why they have to take it in. I guess if they grind it up into a powder and then they put it in capsules, it's going to be a lot smaller. Like if you have a brick of this powder and it's this much, well, that's gonna get quite a few people. That's gonna give quite a few people their buzz. But if you have this many leaves, well, you're still gonna get a buzz, but it's only gonna be enough for a couple of people. So maybe that's why they're doing it. Kratom is the go-to drug for driving, better than caffeine. Yeah. Now, I assume you have used Kratom, Steve. I was talking about what you said, which is now, the price is so good on Kratom, nobody bothers stealing it. When they don't sell it at the stop signs. Now, I understand that. I understand some of the things you said are pretty funny. I'm just saying that I get stuff from people all the time. Every morning I get this message from one guy, and it's like every freaking day I get a freaking photograph of some beautiful place, and what am I gonna do? Oh, don't send me these anymore. I don't. It's kind of like I'm getting 100 of these. And you know, the truth is, maybe because I'm screwed up, maybe because I'm completely apathetic, but what goes on in America now, I don't generally care. I cannot stress it enough. I've been here almost half my life now. Straight on through. It's not like I came in, you know, I was here a year, then I went back for 6 months, and then, no. I just don't care about what goes, it's just like I don't really, listen, I like Australia. I like Great Britain. I like America. I love America. I'm American. I love that fact, and I'm grateful for that. But do I care about what's going on in these places? No. Do you care about what's going on in, I don't know, Belgium? Do you really care what's going on in Belgium? Do you care what's going on in, you know, in Greece? Do you really care? No. Well, I'm the same way. I live here. I don't live there. You know. I told this to Jono when he first came over, because he was constantly telling me about, my friend said this, my friend said it. I go, your friend, where's your friend live? Oh, he's in America. I said, okay. You're going to lose track with most of those people. And he has. You know, if they're not really good friends, you lose track of them. And, you know, they may not call you all the time. I got friends that, you know, it's like I'd like to call them, and you know, sometimes I'm like, I'm going to call them in America, and it's like, you know, we talk about what's going on, and you know, are we doing well, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, at the end of the day, I call them once every couple of months because, you know, it's like, hey, what's going on? Hey, anything changed? No, not really. You know. Did you hear about what happened in Florida? No, I haven't. And unless it really makes a difference to my parents' life, my sister's life, or my friend's life, I don't care. Now, what happens here, I do care. When it affects me, when it affects us, I do care. And I will say this to 2/4 Koreans. There's always part of you that will care about what goes on back in the United States, because you're an American. But as more and more time goes by, you're going to care less and less about what's going on over there. All right. I said my piece, I guess. All right, listen. The other thing we were going to talk about was the 18 best retirement countries in the world, and these are pretty good, I guess. So let me just start out. Hang on here. I don't know what they're talking. I can't even hear them. They're so muddled. I can't hear them. Marco's not going to be here. Marco's not going to be here for at least a couple of months. And as long as I have been streaming and he's been on this channel, he's never come to Thailand. So when he comes, I'm going to give him a round of applause. You know, most people, and I'm not saying this is the case with him, he may very well come here and retire here, I don't know. But I know a lot of people who have said to me, yeah, I'm going to go over there. Oh, I want to come over there. Yeah, I'll come over, we'll hang out for a while. You know, I really want to see this, or I just want to see that, or I just want to go there. They never come. Most of them never come. Every once in a while, and people who are in this stream, shut the fuck up. Oh God! Oh, we're making the buzz. They're giving a free drink away. and then they talk back and forth with each other. I can't really hear them, but they talk back and forth, you know, like, oh, look at this drink I have, it's so good. Oh, really? What is it you're drinking? Then back to the other person. Well, I've got this great stuff. It's got loaded with sugar. It's absolutely fantastic. Really? How good is it? Can I have one? That's what they do. They do that all the time. And, you know, again, I don't want to say I'm apathetic, but I kind of try to not think about it because, you know, when they come over to me, I'm like, talk to the hand. Unless they got something good they're giving away for free, then I'm like, okay, let me have that. Anyway, all right, so let me go on here. 18 best. Best places for people to retire. Number 18. Well, that's because they're women. Oh, they've got a little pretty girl over there. She's holding up the drink and they're taking photos of her and all this other stuff. All right, number 18 is New Zealand. New Zealand is one of the best retirement countries in the world owing to its high quality of life, good health care, and breathtaking natural beauty. The country has been deemed one of the most prosperous non-European countries to move to. I don't know that New Zealand belongs on this list, but the cost of living is a bit of a challenge here for those on limited budgets, with a retiree requiring $50,570 a year for comfortable living. All right, that's a fair bit. I don't know if it belongs on the list. Panama, number 17. That belongs on the list simply because it's been a place to retire to for people for many, many years. One of the easiest countries to retire to, Panama stands tall on our list due to its affordable cost of living, tropical climate, and attractive retirement visa. The Panama Pensado program is considered to be one of the best retirement programs in the world, offering incentives such as a 25% off on utility bills, 15% discount on loans, 10% discount on medicines, and much more. On average, an individual retiree can live on $3,000 in the country, including international healthcare insurance. Healthcare is both affordable and world-class, with many foreign-trained doctors at major hospitals. Number 16, Malaysia. Oh, I would say Mexico's probably on the list, but let's see here. Malaysia's number 16. What are we looking at here? Yeah, I'm just going to keep going. Number 16 is Malaysia. Malaysia has already secured a top spot in our list of best places to retire in Asia. It's now made it to our best expat retirement countries, as it is the 19th most peaceful nation in the world out of 163 countries, making it a safe destination to retire to. Numbeo further notes that the country is 57.5% less than the U.S. That's rubbish. It's not 57.5% less expensive. I just cannot see that. It depends on where you are in the United States and where you are in Malaysia. An individual can comfortably retire on $1,500 per month. Retirees can move to the country through a retirement visa called Malaysia My Second Home. Quality of care is excellent, but expats must have private medical insurance during their stay. Number 15, the Philippines. Expat Insider Survey. They rank the Philippines third for its ease of settling in. However, the friendly locals aren't the only reason this country makes it to our list of best expat retirement countries in the world. The country makes it to our list because of its affordable living, cost of living, ease of retirement, rich culture, and great weather. Rich culture. Expats from the U.S. will find the country 52.6% less expensive than their home country. Once granted residency through a special resident retiree visa, retirees don't need to go through the hassle of visa renewals and reapplying for residency. Number 14, Greece. Huddled in the southeastern country of Europe, Greece is a top retirement destination for expats. From its Mediterranean climate to its pristine beaches and lush greenery, the country is a beautiful place to spend one's retirement years. American expats can retire here by applying for residency permit. All right, here we go. Oh, she was here the other day. She's older. Don't get your panties all in a bunch, guys. American expats can retire here for applying for a residence permit and demonstrating a regular income of at least $2,200. Since Greece is a tax-free retirement country, expats don't need to pay tax on the same income twice as in Thailand. Quality of health care is high. Doctors are well-trained and many of them speak English. Number 13, Vietnam. One of the cheapest and safest countries to retire to. It's ideal for the retiree seeking a peaceful and affordable lifestyle. Not if you're going to be in Ho Chi Minh or Hanoi. I would not recommend those places. I'm sorry. Somewhere else in Vietnam I understand, but those two places I would not say are peaceful. Affordable, yes, but peaceful, no. The country moved up 4 spots to 41st out of 163 from 2022 to 2023, making it more appealing for retirees. I don't understand this. There are large international private hospitals in major cities. Dental care is proficient and affordable, attracting more than 100,000 tourists from foreign countries every year. No specific retirement visa. That's huge. U.S. expats can apply for a Vietnamese visa instead. On average, an individual would require $1,500 a month to enjoy a comfortable lifestyle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm, you know, as long as I got a big garage and a place to drive and work on cars, I'm cool. You can do that here. By the way, I wanted to state something. You know, I saw something about where somebody was saying that Thais don't wear elephant pants. You know, the fisherman's pants. They don't wear them here. It's only the tourists that wear them. That is the biggest bunch of nonsense that I've ever heard in my life. The reason I say that is because I see Thais everywhere wearing these pants. I mean, yesterday I must have saw 10 Thai people wearing these fisherman pants. So there you go. All right, so let's go on. They just go nuts. Number 12, Switzerland. All right, fares well in terms of quality of life. Expats deem it to be extremely safe and orderly, with 98% happy with its natural environment. Quality of health care is first rate as well, but the high standards do come at a cost. The country is 54.6 more expensive than the United States. So in other words, don't retire to Switzerland unless you got some cash. Expat retiree would spend $3,500 on average for a comfortable lifestyle. U.S. citizens can retire in Switzerland on a Switzerland retirement visa by demonstrating proof of income and having valid health insurance, among other prerequisites. Number 11, Estonia, one of the cheapest European countries to retire to. Quality of health care is of a high standard, especially in big cities. The country is renowned for its rich culture, featuring a unique blend of Nordic and Baltic influences. In a city like Tallinn, an individual expat would require $1,745 on average per month to have a comfortable lifestyle. All right, now top 10. Number 10, Indonesia, one of the best places to retire around the world, home to 350,000 expatriates. There's an affordable cost of living, stunning natural landscapes, and friendly locals. I gotta say, this area now, and I don't know how far it spreads out, but in Bangkapi, I did notice about 2 years ago, there were more Burmese here than I thought. There was a lot more Burmese here. Now I see Burmese, they're just walking down the street I see people like that walking down the street all the time. but also they are Laotians living here. So there's a large number of Laotians. I see more Laotians and Burmese in this area than I do foreigners. So, just a little FYI. Cost of living in the country of Indonesia is 55.3% cheaper than in the United States. Individual expat retiree would need a monthly average of $1,500 to live here. Expats can retire through retirement kitas visa, which is valid for up to 5 years. Number 9, Thailand. One of the cheapest countries for retirement. Thailand is another favorite country for expat retirees. The cost of living in the country is 50% lower than in the U.S. Individuals can easily retire in a city like Chiang Mai for $1,000. Well, yes, as long as you don't have any outstanding bills, as long as you don't have like a credit card. And then, you got to figure in your insurance and all these other kind of things. You can do it on $1,000, but that's a bit tight. Country is also a reputed center for medical tourism. It is a medical tourist destination. It's not reputed. I don't know who writes these things. More than 3 million medical tourists visit the country each year, having generated a revenue of $5.687 million in 2022. Why would they say reputed? Why would they add that one word in? Makes no sense. Number 8, France. I wonder if these are in order. One of the most popular retirement destinations in Europe is France. I like France. Yeah, there are a lot of Indians. A lot in Pattaya. Expats are attracted to beautiful Mediterranean coast, excellent healthcare system, amazing lifestyle, and pleasant climate. According to Numbeo, France is 9.7% cheaper than the U.S. On average, an individual would need $3,000 to retire. I used to say, if you have about $3,000 a month, you can retire just about anywhere. Further, to retire in France, expats need to acquire carte de séjour à solliciteur, a residence permit that must be procured 3 months before coming to France. Once an expat is registered on the healthcare system, they are entitled to 70 to 80% off on healthcare. That's pretty good. All right, number 7, Australia. There you go. Australia hailed as one of the best expat countries in the world, owing to its excellent climate, top-notch healthcare, and high quality of life. 93% of expats in the country are satisfied with the natural environment, and 76% are happy with their overall life in the country. Cost of living is estimated to be 5% more expensive than in the United States. Self-funded retirees can retire through the investor retirement visa. 5% more expensive. Okay. Number 6, Austria. I like Austria. However, it's a bit cold. Austria is home to 11,000 American expats and one of the best countries to live for retirement. The country is 7.3% cheaper than in the U.S., and an individual can live on a comfortable lifestyle for $2,000 a month. You can retire to the country through an Austria settlement permit without gainful employment. Okay. Yeah, this guy's saying in the Philippines, the infrastructure sucks. And so, oh my God, the number 1 country that is about to be taken over by the Chinese. One of the things that like many of these clickbait articles, a list of potential retirement countries without first and foremost a discussion of requisite visas and their fiscal requirements is completely useless. I think this guy is, he's off here. All right, let me just read this here. Where are they? 5 best expat. Number 5, the UAE. You know what? I know I say this, and I don't mean to come off the wrong way, you know, but I just can't see myself living in the Middle East. I don't get a woody when I think about the Middle East. Maybe it's because I'm from America. Maybe it's, you know, I grew up thinking one way about it. I just cannot get excited about, oh, I'm going to live in the UAE, or I'm going to live in Saudi Arabia. I cannot see it. It makes it to the list because of good rankings in health and well-being, quality of life. Cost of living is 21% cheaper than in the U.S. Expats can enjoy modern amenities and a high-quality lifestyle for $3,500 a month. I think if I had $3,500 a month just to spend every month to live off of, I would not live in the UAE. Retiring through the Dubai retirement visa means being 55 years or older and either buying property worth $2 million Dubai or having financial savings of at least $1 million. Number 4, Mexico. All right. I do like Mexico. I do like it there. I don't know if I can live there, maybe, but I do like it there. You need money. Yes, you always need money in the Middle East. All right, let me go on here. What did I say? Number 4 is Mexico. According to the survey, Mexico is the world's best country for expats. 90% of expats deem the locals to be friendly. 74% find it easy to socialize and make friends. Most of them also have a support network and many local friends. I think it's because it's close to America. Living costs are extremely affordable for expats, and 80% of individuals are happy with their financial situation. An individual expat can live on as little as $600 per month. Okay. I don't know that much about living in Mexico, and I'm going to say, okay, yes, you can do it, but you're going to have to scrimp, and it's not going to be easy. You're basically going to be existing, and maybe you got a perk here and there, but that's about it. Even in more populous urban centers, a comfortable existence can be sustained with a monthly budget of $1,000. I still think in Thailand, the monthly budget that you should set for yourself now is $1,500. For me, that's what I would say. You need at least $1,500 to live in. And if you got another person, you need another $1,500. And if you got a kid, you're going to need another $1,500. Now, you can whittle it down, but I'm just saying, if you want to be really comfortable, I think it's important. All right, number 3, Portugal. Portugal has been consistently performing well in the Quality of Life Index. The survey notes that 22% of individuals move to the country for a better quality of life. 17% do so because they wish to retire abroad. The country is an attractive option for expat retirees owing to its affordable living costs, quality healthcare, and safe environment. It's the 7th most peaceful country in the world, and expats can live here with a peace of mind. You can live there. It's also one of the cheapest to retire to in Europe. An individual can retire there for about $1,500 a month. Number 2, Spain. When it comes to quality of life, Spain ranks number 1 in the Expat Insider Survey. Expats love it for its opportunities for recreation, culture, nightlife, and the diverse range of culinary options available. Listen, my wife went to Spain, and what she told me was she couldn't find any Thai food. It was very difficult to find Thai food. She didn't particularly love it. She wanted to get some Thai food. Expats love it for its opportunities for recreation, culture, nightlife, and the diverse range of culinary options. 94% of expats are also happy with the climate and weather. Notes the survey, Spain ranks as in the top 10 in health and well-being category, with more than 80% expats happy with the affordability and available. Oh shit, what happened? Availability of healthcare. The cost of living is affordable too. The expats report to live in a comfortable lifestyle on $2,000 a month. Yeah, I mean, you know, listen. You have options. If you have $3,000 a month, you have options. You can go to a lot of different places. You don't have to live in one place. And if you want, you can buy yourself, you know, a beat-up van, fix it up, go live in it for a year, sell it, and move on and go somewhere else. If you want to do these kind of things, you can. All right, number one, and this really surprised me, and I wouldn't live, just like after what I saw in Hong Kong, I wouldn't live in Hong Kong. Number one is Taiwan. I know it's a nice place, and you know, Asians tend to downplay the Chinese influence. Some Asians. I don't. Ranking first in health and well-being, second in quality of life, and 17th in ease of settling in, Taiwan is the ultimate retirement destination in the world. Expats report finding healthcare to be widely available and affordable. They also express a sense of safety and satisfaction living in the country. Cost of living is 32.8% lower than in the United States. That's it. Number one, Taiwan. To me, that's a bit of a letdown. I think it's a bit of a letdown. Whatever. You know, I've done 100 of these lists. You know, and they're all different. You can see though, they didn't have Ecuador on that list. Ecuador was not on the list. Surprise, surprise. Nowhere in the U.S. is on the list. No. Well, you know, the nuke thing is a big thing in many areas of the world. I'm going to say every day that goes by is one less day I'm going to be here on Earth. And I just hope that I have, you know, I have a nice time of it in my remaining years. I might be here for another 1 year. I might be here for another 50 years. Well, 50 would put me at 100. Well, you know, I might be, but I don't know. I might live to be 95 years old. I don't know. I might live to be 62. I don't know. Now, on another note, something that makes me happy. Yesterday, I went into my Social Security account online, and I noted, I thought, oh, I'm going to only get like another $30 this year, but I got another $50. I don't know why, but the percentages didn't work out. But now I get more than I thought. So probably on my birthday next year, I may go ahead and just get my Social Security. So I'm very thankful, very happy. I am the only retiree. I am the oldest person in almost all of my yoga classes. I think pretty much all of them. I am the oldest person. I go in there and I'm the old man. The old man. So I must be getting up there in age. Even the wife's getting up there in age. She's almost at the big 50, the big 50. A couple more years. All right, now it's official. All right. Well, thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to smash the like button. Smash, smash. Pound, pound. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Quit it. Do they make you do yoga near the defibrillator? No. Actually, you know, I do feel, what I feel is I get a little better. I'm a little more limber. And then, oh, I'm going to take 2/4 Korean into the yoga class for sure. He's going to be doing yoga. And, you know, then I stabilize and I'm like, I suck. I can't do, there's a lot of things I can't even come close to doing. You know, and I used to be able to do the splits. No lie, I used to be able to do the splits, but that was back when I was about 25. Well now, if I do the side splits, I can get pretty low. I mean, I'm only about that far off the ground. If I do the splits with my left leg, I'm just about on the ground. But with my right leg, because of my hip, I can't really do it. So, and all of my teachers teach in a different way, so I'm very happy with the ones that I go to, because they all have something, and some of them, sometimes they're not all that hard, and I'm not like, you know, breathing heavily. Man, but I'm telling you, the oldest teacher that I have is 55, and she's the toughest. She said yesterday, oh yeah, just easy day today, easy day. Well, the poses and what you're doing is easy, but she doesn't give you any time to rest. So it's like you're doing one thing, boom, 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 you're moving from move to move, and you don't get any time to rest. You know. You might want to team up with YouTube guy, No Time to Be Sad, to cut costs. Yeah, okay. A live stream from the yoga class. I don't think that's going to happen, honestly. A video, I do have some video footage. I just shot some video footage the other day. I may put that up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see a live stream though. I'm not going. I can't do yoga or want to unless it's nude yoga. Then I'll go out and only watch next to the trash can because it's not only women, and I'll puke. You might puke, I don't know. I don't think you will. They just tell you. The good thing is that you're not competing against anybody. You're not trying to do moves that somebody else is doing. You're trying to, you know, you're doing it for yourself. So, you don't want to go in, don't go in. You're like Nicholas. Nicholas is like, no, I'm not going. I'm like, why? Because I don't like it. I go, how do you know you don't like it? You've never done it before. Oh, I remember when I was a little kid, Mommy took me in and I didn't like it. And I went, are you kidding me? He doesn't want to go in because it's something that's out of his wheelhouse. Now, Alex goes in with me. And Alex is, first of all, very, very flexible. I mean, he can reach behind and grab his feet and rock back and forth on his stomach. He can do all kinds of stuff. Yes, that's a move you do. You do downward facing dong, slip of the tongue. Downward facing dog into a plank. You know, where you're holding yourself up like this, and then the girls get on their knees. The girls get on their knees, and then they do what is chatalanca, which you basically go like this, and then you do. It's called upward dog. You do upward dog, and then you go back into downward facing dog. But this woman will do. Cha-Cha is her name. She'll make you do that, and you'll do it. You might do it 25 times. You're going through it and just non-stop. Then when you're in the downward facing dog, you gotta like lift your leg up, your leg's way up in the air, and then you may lean forward. She'll say, okay, standing split, and it's not easy. It's much more difficult than I thought it would be. That's rubbish. You go in, there's guys that come in, they're just a bunch of goobers, and they're like, oh, I think I'll go and try some yoga. They've never tried yoga in their life, and you know, they can't do it. They can't do a lot of the poses. They can't, you know, but they try. And that's all that's important. There are some things I can't do. My legs are too big. You know, some of the things, my legs are too big. I cross over and it's like, well, how am I supposed to do this? You know, there's certain things, sometimes you put your leg over and you got to turn the other way and cross over. And they have girls that will put their hand underneath their leg and then reach back around and grab that hand. Now, even now, like now, I'm holding my hands behind my back. They got girls that can bring their hands up to their head, like above their head. They're way up in the air and then they bend over. I can lift it up about that much. So, you know, and sometimes I'm like, freaking old man. I'm an old man. But, you know, then it's like, you do what you can. You know. Get on that TRX thing, man. That thing is great. I love that thing. The straps. You get on the straps. You get on the straps. You're like this. And you do rows with your feet on the ground. You're like this. You're like this. And you do rows. You do push-ups. You do all this stuff. Nowadays, you don't wear Lycra. Come on. Somehow, you know, as much as I'd like him to come into a yoga class just to try it, I just can't see him doing it. I really can't see him doing it. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun, and what I like about it is it's fun and it's really good exercise. It's really good for you. If you look at all the little studies they've done, you know. Well, yesterday I was in a class. With nothing but women. Yeah, I mean, I did all that. I boxed for years, and I thought about turning pro. I did martial arts. I've done all that stuff. Cardio, I still do the Aerodyne, I do the rowing machine. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff that you can do. Happy Thanksgiving. I forgot, is today Thanksgiving? What's today? Today's Friday, so it's Thanksgiving Thursday in America, so that just goes to show you, I forgot all about it. But happy Thanksgiving. You know, like I used to be like, they'd say touch your elbows. You have to like touch your elbows together. And I used to be like, oh, I could go to right here. You know, now I can do it, but I can still feel it just a little bit. Certain people have certain bodies that are meant to do, you know, yoga. And, you know, women, they tend to have bodies that can do that. Some men have the bodies for it. Like Alex, he's lean and he's all muscle, but he's really lean. And so he can do it. He does it pretty well. You know, he's pretty good. But it did hurt my shoulders. Well, sometimes it hurts a little, but if it hurts a lot, you don't want to do it. They're really good about it with me. I mean, I tell all the instructors, I got a bad right hip. I have to be careful what I do, so I'm very careful about what I do with my right hip. I don't want to be in a position where they're pushing down on me or anything like that. You know, I mean, I've done the Muay Thai, I've done kickboxing, I've done boxing, I've done all of that stuff, and I liked it. But you know, like I had my gloves yesterday. I saw my gloves sitting on the floor with my wraps and my forget what else, the push-up things. I said, I'm not going to use these gloves anymore. I'm not going to be going to a gym. I just can't see it. You know, you get to a point where your body can't do certain things. And, you know, it's better to focus. For me, it's better to focus on what I can do than what I can't do. You know? So, anyway, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And do they hard you if you tell them you have a bad back? Do they hard you? Do they hate you if you tell? There's people that have bad backs there. There's people with bad knees. There are people there that, you know, they're really not very good at yoga, but they try. So it helps them. You know, I would say I'm okay. I'm okay at it. I'm not great. There are certain things that I do really well. Like a downward dog for me is very easy. My calves are very flexible. My legs are very flexible. I can get into that position very easily. I can do the plank very, very well because my arms are strong. I can hold myself up like this. It's very easy, you know. But there are certain things I can't do that they do, and I just go, what are you gonna do? You know. Anyway, big fun in, what's the name of this place? The Mall Bonkaby. Oh, it's now called the Mall Life Store. And by the way, while I remember, they're building, you can now drive into the mall from upstairs so that people can drive into the parking area upstairs. That's good. They're building the walkway out here in the front. They're building the walkway that goes all the way in front of the mall, all the way down to the market, and all the way from down at the station. So you'll be able to walk. I mean, you know, it's a long walkway. They're building it now. Hopefully it'll be done in a couple of months. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jack. Thank you very much, as always. I appreciate it. And they're getting things. This place is starting to look like it's a mall again. It's under construction in a few places, but it does look pretty good. And you know, they're, like I said, they're building out in the front, and then down by Starbucks, out in front of Starbucks, they have the walkway. They're building the walkway so that when you come in, instead of just going down the stairs and then walking into the mall, you can walk right in the mall from the second floor. So that's good also. That's nice to know. They're building that, and that's coming along very, very quickly. So they are working on things here. It is nice, and probably by the time they leave, I'll move somewhere else. I don't know. They're clapping now because the place is opened up. They're getting ready to open it up. So I'm very happy. So anyway, all right. I'm going to go. I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll see you when I see you. I don't know about Sunday because there's a big UFC card, but I'll talk to you later.